Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, and I've titled this video that I'm going to build a Z28 for free. No money. Wait, what? Yep, that's what we're going to do. Now, if you haven't watched the last video on these when I bought them, go ahead and watch them. I know it's kind of long, but I went over everything that I got. I bought these three together from a junkyard that's going out of business, and for $2,000. Okay, and I think, well, this one and the gold one are both Z28s, and I think they're both worth fixing up. So how can we do this for free to get one of them done? And when I say building a car, I don't mean getting it running and just driving it as is. No, this, if you're been a subscriber for a while, I build these cars usually $2,500 to $3,500, and that's everything. That's mechanically, interior, and paint and body. Okay, so this isn't just a get it running and drive a hoopty beater. This is driving a car you'd be proud to drive. Okay, so I touched on this in the video, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Is we're going to take this one. This one's got a motor transmission in it. Okay, we don't know about the transmission. Well, we don't know about the motor either. He told me it run 2 years ago, but the transmission's got water in it. We got to check that out. Okay, but this one has no drivetrain in it. It didn't even have a front end on it. This is just sitting on there. There's not even one bolt holding these fenders on. This was a restoration project his nephew started years ago, and off and on for 15 years. And he didn't get very far other than taking every friggin' nut and bolt off this car, just about. So, without the fenders and everything on it, it would look even worse. But it will look even better with the front end just on there, just hanging on there with a few bolts. And I got the original air induction cowl scoop right here. Right there. It's in very good shape. What did his nephew do other than take it apart and create a whole lot of work for me? Apparently he rebuilt the front end. We'll go over it, but you can see the bolts on the upper ball joints. He replaced them. Looks like new shocks, stuff like that. And then he painted it, and then I guess bolted it back in. Well, we don't know how good it is, but there is a box of new body bushings. Way more than enough to do this. We'll need some for the core support and for the other car. Okay, so I never did take anything out of this interior. I threw some stuff in here. We looked at the door panels, which are shot, taillights and stuff. But all these big boxes and bins and everything, we never took any of that apart or took them out and looked at it all. So that's what we're going to do this video. So as you can see, the wiper, all the AC stuff, just wiring harness, everything has just been stripped from this car. And supposedly all the parts are here for it. I mean, he stripped it right down. He took all the brake lines and fuel hoses, fuel lines and everything off of it as well. So he took the window regulators out. I can see maybe taking the windows out to get at some stuff, belt moldings and stuff, but to take everything out, one door, I think the latches are out even. The doors don't close. I didn't even look at it that good. So this car looks pretty good patina. I mean, not for me. I would rather have it painted up and everything. but there is a lot of people that like patina. And this has got a very good patina look because, you know, it's got the Z28 stripes. The fenders are just dusty. A lot of this stuff was up in the wrecking yard's attic, all this stuff. So it'll clean up good. And I clean up, I mean just spray some water on it. We're not going to go overboard like that. It'll look pretty good, cleaned up, and there are a lot of people that have drivetrains that are just wanting a nice car to put it in, and this would be it. So so here's the plan. We're going to bring this up by the shop. We'll take the fenders, like I said, are just laying there. We'll take them back off, and we're going to go through it and unload everything. And I'll have enough room in my shop. We'll unload all this stuff in the shop. And I got another building that I don't want to start filling up with stuff, but we can throw some of the seats and door panels that will get ruined by weather in there as well. So we're going to unload it. We're going to go through everything and see what we're missing to put this back together. And the floors. I know the floors are rusted, but we don't know which parts of the floors. You can get the individual floor panels pretty cheap, but we don't know which one we need. You know, left front, left rear, right rear. So we got to take the back window. We could take it out of this one because it's sitting in there, or cut it out of this one, or out of the. I got two other parts cars. These weren't included in the deal, but these two are 77s, the white one and the yellow one. So a lot of differences in between 78 to 81 than there is the 74 to 77. You know, like dashes and stuff like that are all different. Okay, yeah, the back window flew out when I was driving it home. It wasn't wasn't glued in there. It flew out. So this nephew guy of who I bought it from, he unnecessarily took this car apart. You didn't need to take all that stuff off to, you know, restore it. We got problems. This spring here for the trunk is broke, and I don't know if we got this plate here that goes across, but we can take it off one of these parts cars. You see this trunk lid's up here. If we're missing this piece, see, it works good. If we're missing this piece, we can take it off of here, maybe clean it up and primer it. We got stuff like that to do. Put in a back window, put in that stuff, mount the deck lid, mount it. One of these cars, I believe it's that one. No, it might be this one. There was a package of new trunk weather stripping in there. So we can put on the new trunk weather stripping and put the deck lid in, stick the taillights on there, and have it sealed up. Trunk's good. We don't have to replace the trunk. These are the, see, all this, these are the roof rail moldings that the roof rail weather stripping goes in. Unnecessary to take all that apart, but he did. He bent the shit out of these rear window moldings. We'll have to gather up some of them. Once we get the window in there, we'll get a set of good moldings and put on there. We're going to try to put as much stuff on this as possible. There's the deck lid. I got the rear, I got these spoilers. I got the tail lights. The bumper cover is all ripped up, but we may take it off of that one. Unless a new one is dirt cheap, because I plan on spending maybe 500 bucks on this. A windshield, 140 bucks or so. A windshield, maybe these belt moldings that go here against the window. another thing we got to put together. We're going to put together the regulators, the windows, stick the handles back in so we can open and close it, roof rail moldings, possibly the wiring harness and the AC stuff. And put on a matching set of rims. I got 2 sets of rims. Maybe we'll clean up one set and put it on there. And we want this to look good so I can take pictures and put it up for sale. So the plan is to sell, spend maybe 500 bucks and then put this up for sale for like 4,500 as a roller. Okay, so I got 2,000 in them. Spend another 500, that's 2,500. Sell this for 4,500, that'll give me $2,000 profit. And the $2,000 profit is going to go into this. This, you know, we'll be buying whatever we need for this. Carpet, door panels, weather strip kit, windshield's good. But we'll go over this one much later. We need to, and if I don't sell it, it's no big deal. What I'll do later is I'll put a motor transmission in it, no paint, put it up for about 8,500. And if nobody buys it, then we'll paint it up, and it'll go up for like 12,000–15,000. So you can go in stages. We're going to go in the first stage here, just trying to sell it as a roller for a decent price, I think, for somebody. You know, if any of you guys want it, let me know. So that is how we're going to build this one for free. When all's said and done, it'll be free. Now we got some extra parts for sale, so we'll be deducting that. You know, there's not a lot on this card for sale. I got, you know, just, you know, I don't know, a couple $100 maybe worth of stuff on there I could sell. And then I did get a whole shitload of other parts. We'll probably be using this, but I got 4 extra doors. A couple of them don't have glass, a couple of them do. So, you know, 50 bucks a glass, 50 bucks for a good shell. There's a couple $100 there. These fenders, one's okay, one's not okay, but I got a couple extra fenders here. These are going to be for the other car. We got passenger here and the driver's on this one. But anyway, these are extra parts that I can make a few $100 on, and we will deduct it from the tally, running tally on that one. Okay, so that's the plan. Like I said, watch that first video. I unloaded that car, went over through everything. I got a big trailer here full of stuff. We went over that. 2 beds full of stuff, toolbox full of stuff. We went over all the parts, threw a lot in here, threw some in there, threw some in my other parts cars. Got parts scattered everywhere. But that's just so you know what's going on with these 2 builds, eventually 2 builds. But for now, we're going to do what I just said there. So let me make room in front of my shop, got to pull the van out. We'll get back to the van eventually. I don't know how long that's going to take to put together. Some of it might be a real pain in the ass, like the wiring and stuff. But if I, you know, we're not putting it together to make everything functionable and run and drive. We're just kind of putting everything kind of back the way it was. So if we run into problems, we're just going to leave it. You know, one of them, you know, 1-hour job ends up a 3-day ordeal. Well, these 3-day ordeals, we're not going to run in. We're not going to do it. Okay. So we're just going to, and we'll fix up some of the parts as we go. You know, something needs a little work here and there, like little back piece needs to be primered. We'll primer that before we put it on. You know, stuff like that. So that's the plan, guys. You think I can do it? We'll have to stay tuned. It might be a while. You know, you never know. I'm not in a big city, so it might take a while to sell it. or it might sell in one day. You don't know. But the goal is to put her together and make it look photogenic. Put the nose on, put the hood on, put some nice rims on there, and then take a pictures, and post it. And see what happens. Then once that sells, then we can bring this one around and start on it and build it for free. So can you do it? Yeah, you can do it. You just have to hunt around, keep your eye on Marketplace, check your local junkyard, stuff like that. See if they got any builders for sale. Package deals like this are always better. This was only, you know, 10-15 minutes down the road for me. Just had to go down there. I had to make 4 trips really. These 3 and then a trailer load of parts. But if you're, you know, 3-4 hours away from buying something like that, well, shit. You're in for a lot of labor. So yeah, speaking of labor, yeah, it's gonna be just labor. So if you ain't got no money for your project car, but you got labor, well, this is the video series for you, because you can build a car as long as you're willing to put the work into it, your own labor. You can build it for free. Okay, well, you got to initially put some money down buying the stuff, but then you'll get it back. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing this video. So when I come back, we'll be in front of the shop there, and we're going to start unloading it and see where we're at here. Hopefully we can find some nice goodies there. Maybe a new weather stripping kit. Be nice, save a couple $100 and stuff like that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I just wanted to add, fixing to bring it up by the shop. I did check the numbers on this one. This one is actually an 81. Just a V6 though. Just a V6 Camaro. And yeah, she's been rusted out really bad. So bad even the dash is all rusted. Haven't had one that bad, but it's definitely a parts car. But yeah, the VIN comes out to a V6. So it's just nothing but parts. We got a lot of good parts here. The tilt column, AC stuff like that. Some trim. Okay, I just thought I'd add that in because I missed that on the last video. And like I said, this one is a 80 Z28. That's an 81 Z28. So we're fixing up the Z28s. Okay. Fixing to bring this up by the shop and we'll get her unloaded. Okay guys, I got it up here in the front of the shop. I started taking some stuff out. This is for the 67. Okay, so here's the roof rail moldings. That one's not too bad. This one here is bent to shit. Easy to bend them when you're taking them out. Luckily we got parts cars. You know, little stuff like this end here is missing. Hopefully it's in the box. These were the brake fuel vacuum lines. Why somebody would take all that off? It's just crazy. And the hood hinges. Now, when I did Bumblebee, I think I bought door moldings, and then I needed roof rail moldings, and then it was cheaper to buy the whole kit instead of just the roof rails, something like that. So I got 2 extra doors right there and an extra trunk and no roof rail moldings. So we'll see if I can find some cheap roof rail moldings, and then I'll have a whole set. I won't have to buy a whole kit, but like I said last time, it was anyway, we'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm just starting to unload it here. Yeah, look, took the door latches out. Why would you know, all the regulator, all the glass, you know, handles, I think what I will need is this belt molding, a set of them. I think I bought that for Bumblebee as well. So here's the AC thing. See, this is all bent to shit here. It's all busted. Oh, there's the gauges there. We'll take that. Wondering about them. We got the whole set of red body bushings. Those are the hardware for it. Yeah, this is what I mainly... Yeah, there we go. Full gauge at Z28. 7,000 tack, water, battery, everything in it. So that's, at least that ain't broke. Okay. Some stuff's in little baggies. We'll have to go through it and get this tub out of here. Oh, well, all the everything. Yeah. Okay, a few comments about this blue. I didn't notice it, but when I was showing the numbers here last time, somebody says, oh, that's a blue pillar. Somebody swap a blue roof. I think they must have swapped this or partial pillar here. You can see it welded here. That doesn't have it on that side. And then it just goes to here. The sun's in my eyes, but I think right in here. So they put on the whole pillar here or a partial one. You know, it's not, they didn't put on a whole blue roof or nothing, because there's no other blue around it. So that's part of being what is it, 40, however many years it is, 81, so 44 years old. That's part of it, although it's probably been off the road for at least 15, he said. Yeah, you can see where the wiring harness goes. That's all missing. Hopefully it's in the car. Yeah, you can see some new bolts there. Body bolts. I don't know if he's got the new bushings in there, because there was a box of red ones. Those are black. We'll see if he's got that on there. The steering's all hooked up. It steers. Like I said, I think he rebuilt all this front end and painted this, put it back on. More because of these bolts here. Factory has rivets. And is it shocks? It just looks shiny here, so I figured they were new shocks. Well, new between now and 15 years ago. Oh, there's the sway bar. Is that the front or the rear? I think that's probably the rear. Remember, we didn't see a sway bar on this one, but there was one on the 80 black one. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out why he took that off. Well, he took everything else off. Why not the sway bar? You know, it just, a lot of this stuff is not going to make sense of why he's pulled all this thing apart. Somebody posted, yeah, he was a tweaker. Yeah, he probably was. Tweaking on the meth, and somebody said tinkeritis. Yeah. Just keep pulling it apart, pulling it apart. It's like, what the hell are you doing? But anyway, that's the way you get them cheap. You know, if it was all put together, it'd be worth a lot more money. So we just got to spend our labor. Okay, well, let me start pulling. Well, you know, we already looked at the door panels and taillights and stuff last video, but we didn't look at what's all in these boxes and stuff. So we're going to pull all that out and stick it in here. Okay, and then I got a bunch of, just pulled the power steering pump out of the trunk. And I think the other car had power steering, starter, water pump. We don't know if any of that's any good. There's another bucket of bolts in the trunk. So I got that. Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, I'm gonna show you as I go, so I don't have to unpack everything twice, once to see it and then once to video it. Okay, there's the Z28 gauges. Yeah, one of the handles is broke. A lot of these are marked, so you know, firewall, trunk, water pump, driver's seat, and then some of them you just can't, there's nothing on there and it's all rusty, so yeah, might help out a little bit. Bumper. Okay, so we got some brake pads here. That's the console deal. Some of the AC vents. Something broke. Not too bad, but pretty grungy. Might be able to clean that up. At least it's not broke, but it's got a little aluminum thing on it. I think that's the bottom of the door stopper. Not sure. I don't think that's for this car. Decent console lid. It looks okay, and then good door pole handles. Not bad. We can clean them up and paint them. Okay, this box here, we got the brake drums. This is the windshield wiper transmission, they call it, or something. The shocks and the mounts for the shocks. We don't know if they're on there or not. Probably not. Here's the wiper motor here. This deals for the cruise control. And then the front disc brake, little dust shields. We don't know if any of that stuff's on there or not, do we? No, there's some on there. Okay, we'll have a bunch of extra parts. AC vent for underneath the dash, or AC heater. Part of an Edelbrock air cleaner. Oh, there's the top right there, or another one. Oh, here. Anyway, that's another one there. This one's filled up with water to here, so we're gonna be oh, here's another little baggie condenser. The AC stuff, we don't know what's in the bottom. It's all full of shit. Oh, here's the other. Well, we got a bunch of air cleaners. Yeah, holes in the toe board there, hole in this floor. I think that's the emergency brake mount and cable. Okay, let me pull some more stuff out of here. I'll be back. Okay, this stuff was in here. Obviously a full mouse house. These are the vent covers, all eaten up by mice, rats. Same with that one. Same with that little piece. Same with the sun visor. Don't know what that is. This sun visor is kind of warped, but the little miscellaneous stuff here. There is another door handle. Seat belt. Little door stuff. Oh, there's that other piece. Okay. Just oh, the door stopper adjusters and stuff. AC stuff that goes on the inside of the car. There's a pulley. We do have the gauge bezel, so we do have both them. In the other Z28, is it the dash? Or anyway, something was busted right in half. These are the fender extensions, go on the bottom of the fenders, but this little inner piece here is all rusted on both of them. No, it's missing on that one. Anyway, we got them tail lights I showed last time. Just has those cracks. Z28 emblem where it goes. Showed the door panels last video. They're shot. Okay. Did find the this is from the older style, I believe. I think 78 to 81's a one piece. So we got extra pieces for something. And like this door panel here, black, that probably went to that. We do have this back piece here that goes here. We'll see if we can remount that. We do have the side moldings. They go right on these doors here. I know they're aftermarket, whatever, but we got them. And we'll probably put them back on. We got a bunch of these, so that's bent up anyway. Not quite sure what that is, but we'll figure it out. I'm not sure what this is. I thought it said Ford right there on it. Just a junk piece of something or other. We'll pull the rest of this out here in a little bit, but it looks like half an exhaust system there. I don't know if we got both headers or just one. We'll take another core support and a transmission mount. And this box of stuff, we'll take that out next after I organize some of this. Started taking this out of the water. I'm fixing to dump it down that hole. Steering column bracket, vacuum thing, a horn, another motor mount, inside handle. Just some miscellaneous stuff. There's still a bunch of stuff in there, but it's so grimy and stuff. I thought I might find a dead rat in there or something. So I'm just gonna dump it out through this hole and let it drain out. Another air cleaner. So anyway, we just got this stuff here to pull out. Oh, this here's a glove box liner that was in the water. Little deal underneath the dash with a carpet and an ashtray. It's busted. Okay, I'll be back. Oh, we got this other fairing here. Flare, fairing, whatever you want to call it. When we were, the other three were in the attic, and I got them. We unloaded them, and I was like, man, we're missing one. I think it should be for the rear. So now we got all of them, so we don't have to buy any of this stuff. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, this little baggie with papers. This is wheel paint. I don't really care about that. But here's this is from 2020. So yeah, July 2nd. Okay, about 5 years ago. So this one they did the front end. You got brake rotor, two brake rotors, two wheel bearings, cones. And this, I'm not sure what that is. It has to be the same thing, right? Total eclipse front right, I don't know. But here's the ball joints, front upper, front lower, control arm bushing. Okay, it's a little bit windy, kind of. All this stuff. Yeah. Something rear, front, lower, rear. 81 Chevy Camaro shock, two front shocks. I'm assuming the front, and some flat black something. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, the front end was all rebuilt 5 years ago. So I'll just keep them handy. Okay, just thought I'd show you that. There was something else. Oh, I'll stick that there. this aftermarket fuel tank. I don't know if that was for this or not, but and there was there something else? Oh, this glove box. Looks to be okay, but okay, I'll be back. Okay, another air cleaner in there. Transmission mount I showed. Another core support. This was a box of new stuff, I guess, for the new master cylinder brake booster. Just proportioning valve and some other stuff for that. And some miscellaneous bolts. One baggie said motor mounts. Don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That's I think the hood latch. What was I gonna? Okay, I think this is the rear sway bar. Okay, we got the front as well. There's a core support. It's bent a little bit there, little rust hole there, but it's probably, and there's some homemade battery box. But we got about 3 core supports, but they're all damaged in some way. We're gonna have to piece together and make a nice one. I think that's a front sway bar. I don't know why they didn't put it on there. Is it not on there? No, it should go in here. We'll have to put that on there. Pair of long tube headers, old and rusty. We don't know if they're from this car. They might be. I'll show you this AC box here. She's all smashed up and bent. We'll have to take hopefully a better one off one of the parts cars. Yeah, one thing we didn't get with this was door glass. Although I got a couple extra doors there with some glass in it. This one's completely gutted except the latch. We don't know if that works, but everything else is gutted. So yeah, all the floors got holes in it. Holes there, 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 up there. Showed you that. This big hole, that right there. Some of it could be probably patched, but I think they're only like, I think they're like 60 bucks each square, so I don't know. Might just have to get the whole floor pieces. Okay, I'm fixing to dump out the swamp and see what's left in there. I think that's about it. He left that emergency brake cable underneath the car still hooked up. But yeah, there's underneath the dash. He just gutted it. Everything. Okay, so yeah, we got the deck lid, and I'll bring over the other stuff there. We got the rear quarter spoilers that go here. I probably grabbed some stuff and put them in other cars. I'm gonna go over there and like the seats. I'm gonna bring everything for this car over here, so we have it all together, and then we can we'll go from there. Like I said, we'll have to rob some miscellaneous parts from other cars for now. But we'll get under there and check that rear end and see if the drums are on there and all that. But okay, let me organize this stuff. Oh, this box here. See, all the door glass is busted. And another, so, well, that might be a new handle. That one, and I should take all this out, but see, there's another one right there. Maybe 2 new handles. And another used one there. Okay. Let me shocks. We don't know if they're any good. They got a new rubber right there. Maybe those are new ones for the back. We can grab some stuff. Looks like oh yeah, I had a couple of boxes. Yeah, that's underneath the tarp on those tires. The wiring. Well, maybe not all of it, but some wiring. Yeah, we'll bring those boxes in here. Looks like a gas tank strap. The AC deal. Yeah, those look like new shocks. Some of this stuff may not. Yeah, those don't go to it. We don't know. Yeah. Okay, let me grab all. Let me organize this stuff a little bit, put it over there, and then we'll bring the other boxes of stuff that belong to this and bring them over. Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, I emptied out that bucket. This miscellaneous stuff. Here's part of the headlight signal harness, whatever. This stuff can be, that's just old weather stripping. That can be thrown out. Don't know about these center caps. Like I said, I think those are probably new shocks, rear. And then the front ones, they may be new too, but they still got the deal on it. But that's got new shocks. So maybe use it for the other one. I don't know. Just miscellaneous stuff. Here's all the brake lines. They don't look in very good shape. In some of these boxes, I did notice some new brake hoses in the package still. Anyway, there's just miscellaneous stuff in there. Some door stuff. Okay, the other bucket, that stuff, that water stunk. This is what was in it, in the bottom of it. Just see, here's a new brake hose here, and there's another one I found somewhere else. There was some tools. What was there? There was something good in here. Oh, I think the mounts for the sway bar are in here. Okay, and then the shock mounts. I think we got another set of them somewhere. Okay, then I took, these were in it, but I had thrown them, put them in the trailer. No, these were up in the attic. So I put them on the trailer. So this is just all loom, nothing in it. So, oh, there it is. That, I think that's the trunk, new trunk weather stripping. That was just up in that attic there. Oh, here's the little deals for the hold the back bumper on. That's good. We got them. Okay, here's the other package of them body mounts, and the other package is in there maybe. Oh, right there. Has the hardware for it. So we've got a ton of that. More baggies of little stuff. Rear view mirror. Piece of rear chrome trim. Rear window. Two. A new horn? No, just wet. Anyway. Oh, maybe that's the sway bar bushing mounts. That's good. Okay. So this is the other box here. I said that was in the attic because stuff like this we don't need. Door edge guards. You have to get a box of stuff to throw away. Busted mirror. That one seems to be good. Just here's the bottom of the dash. Try not to break anything. That's for the AC control stuff. Yeah, that was over here. This looks to be where all the wiring is, so hopefully it's all here, but if not, we got parts cars. There's a fuse block. Yeah, this looks to be all of it. Oh, there's an extra. I know, that's busted too. There's another rear view mirror. The shifter. So yeah, anyway, that's what's in that box. I don't know if there's any other stuff. There might be some other stuff crammed in the parts cars. That looks to be about everything that came with the car. But yeah, I'll make some more trips over there. See if there was, well, the seats. I got the seats over there, front and back. I think I threw them in the parts car. And I guess we can bring them over. They are so full of dust from being in the attic. I'll blow them out real good. Maybe power wash them and stick them in my building over there. Keep them out of the rain and stuff. Okay, well, yeah, let me gather up all that stuff, the last of it, and then we'll decide where to start putting that thing back together. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, here's the back seat. I'm just going to use an air blower and blow all the dust off and put that in the shed. I didn't bring over the front seats yet, and still got the fenders and the nose bumper and hood and everything over there. But I forgot I had all this interior pieces. Okay, here's the two back pieces, the console, grill, some more pieces. Hopefully I got a couple of these from a parts car because there was only one of them. She's torn up. Here's all the three fairings, and then the other one I think is in there. So we got all four of them. And then the dash is pretty chewed up, but right there. But I think we're probably going to have to fix that. A couple other interior pieces and some sill plates. So we got all that. Okay. Yeah, and the console's pretty good. Didn't we have a good lid? I think we found a good lid in that cover there. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. Okay, man, it is hot. It's got to be 100 degrees out. I'm going to come back tonight and we're going to start putting that together. So we'll see you then. Okay guys, I just went out to the, I call it the hull, that parts car, that blue 81. Took this spring out of it. It just slides into this and then goes down to there. So now we'll have a trunk that opens and closes. I just chiseled away all the old urethane that mounts. This mounts in there like that. Three screws up here and 3 screws at the bottom over here. So gonna mount that on there, then mount the trunk lid, clean up all this stuff, put in some new weather stripping that I got. I do have a loose window off the white 77 Camaro. And that's kind of funny, that was all loose, and but it had a windshield in it. But I went an hour away to pick that up, and luckily that didn't fly out like this one did. But anyway, I do got some urethane, so we may slice all this old stuff out of here with the razor blade. Make sure there's clips in there. I got a bunch of extra clips. I'm just going to use the clips that are off them right here. I got some here. I'll grab some off the used cars and put them on there, and make sure it's got all its clips right in here. And yeah, so anyway, let me get this on there, bolt the deck lid on, and I'll be back. Okay guys, next morning, soaked from the morning dew. Okay, I'll show you what I got done last night. Got the deck lid on there, just stuck in the lights with one screw on each end, because let me just, it stays up. I replaced that spring in there, replace this, put that back on, put in new trunk weather stripping. Yeah, it's just got these little turn things on there. I believe the wiring harness for these taillights has got to go in first through this hole, and then go into the taillights, then you mount it. Plus, I don't know if the bumper's got to go on first or not. So I just put one little thing on there just to get them on there, see what it looks like. I scraped all this little rust and stuff off here. I might coat that with 415 later on, because of all this here. I want to put all this roof rail trim and stuff back on there, but I don't want to put it on it without rust. So I'll probably sand this down and put a little 415 on there, just so I can get it all back together. Okay, rounded up a bunch of clips here and put them on there. Yeah, I know new ones are dirt cheap, but I don't have them. I use this little thing here. I'm going to clean up, take a layer of this urethane off, or all of it, I'm not sure. Scrape all that so it gets a good contact to the new stuff. Had to mount this spoiler on there. Anyway, then I was missing the two end things, and I'm like, well, I know I got them. They should have been in one of them boxes, but now I had another hidden box over beside the Camaro. So here's the other box with both of them on there. So, and then this had this box. You know, I showed it last video, but it's got a bunch of stuff in there. There's another one of those headliner seat belt covers. Yeah, that's messed up. And just some seat belts and signal lenses and stuff. So that's another box of stuff. Yeah, this stuff got soaked. I think I'll clean that up a little bit and let it dry in the sun today before I put it in the shed. This window was loose in the white parts car, so I pulled it out. Although now I got to take all this crappy tint off there, but it was easier than trying to cut another one out, because the cutter that I got is air powered, and I can't reach my air all the way out there to cut one out. So I'd have to sit there and use that knife I showed you and spend a few hours probably trying to cut one out. So anyway, we'll scrape this off, razor blade it out, Windex it, clean it all up, front and back. And I got some new urethane, and we'll mount this in here later. Okay, so I think that's about all I got to show you. I'm going to go ahead and put those spoiler ends on there for now. And I wanted to vacuum out all this trunk too. Bunch of crap in there, but no rust. So anyway, we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, yeah, this tiller here was welded in right there, and then they, I don't know, pulled out a dent or something right in here and bondoed it. It has a crack there and crack there. So I just wanted to sand down the rust, but you can see there's a little bondo there. There's rust there, so the bondo's not very much, just right in here, I guess. There's rust there too. So I just sprayed some rust neutralizer on it. Now I'll put a little primer on it later, and then that way we can put in all the chrome and the roof rail moldings and all that. Okay, this tint came off pretty easy. Just used my razor blade scraper. I just need to wipe it down, but that's all ready to put in pretty much. No, it's getting hot. Sun's beating right down in this area. Like I said, I'll cut this and we'll put some urethane on that tonight and stick the window in there, and we'll get that sealed in. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm fixing to urethane the back window in there. Now, this is not factory. It's been in there before, so there was no need to cut all this old stuff off of there because it stuck really good. And then somebody had cut it and left that back window just sitting in there. So all this is good. It's not old and rotten and coming away from the inside here. So I just kind of cut a little edge off of it, and I actually took a little die grinder here and just ground down some of it. That way I don't have to use 2 tubes of urethane. I can just use 1 tube and get it on there. These speaker things were all bent down, like they were trying to jam bigger speakers or something in there. So I just kind of took some vice grips and stuck them back up there, that in there. And then this back piece I just kind of sanded it because it's going to be kind of hard to do it with the window in there, and it's kind of a darker brown color than this gold. So anyway, it's sanded and ready to paint. I don't know if I'll ever get around to painting it, but definitely it's probably the same color as this up here, this darker stuff. So yeah, eventually we'll have to paint this before we put the windshield in, and I'll maybe get a spray can of it, figure out what color it is, and we'll paint that later. So anyway, I'm just going to put a bead of urethane around there and stick that window in there. And then I got this spoiler end on there. So okay, I'll be back later. Okay guys, there's the rear window in there. I did that last night. That's the old crappy package tray. I just kind of set it in there. I'm not going to re-glue it or nothing. It's just in there out of the way. Okay, I got it urethaned in there pretty good, but I like to use a putty knife and squish it all down in there real good, seal it up. But it was drying too fast. Plus I ran out of urethane. I just ordered 4 more tubes. Couple do the front windshield to this one, front windshield to this one. So we'll mix some up and squish it all around the edge. I mean, I could use silicone, but see, like right in here, I didn't get in there real good. Okay, so anyway, gathering up the rear stuff, seeing what they did to it. There's only 1 nut on here. I believe there's this one and this one, and then 2 on the bottom. And this one's missing the bolt. That one's missing the washer. Okay. So this reinforcement here goes on top of here, and it's got a couple of big rivets. Do I have a picture? Here we go. See these rivets here? Right there. This reinforcement is riveted on here, and then the bumper cover goes over top of there, and it's riveted onto here. All these spots. And you can tell here, there's 1 rivet there. So when you would repair these at the body shop when they came in, you would just cut them out and put in some self-tappers. And that's what the blue hole is. It's been off before. Now, I showed this before. It's all ripped here. I haven't checked on a new one. The one on the blue one is not ripped, but man, is it rough. This is ripped here. And he told me when I first looked at it, he said the worst spot, yeah, they wrapped something around there to pull it with. I guess they didn't have this on there, and they just mangled that whole rear piece. You can see it needs this piece here. We could probably see they ripped it all. Usually they're all rusted out. Two of the parts cars I got are all rotted out. But this is not rotted out, it's just busted from them jacking around with it. Yeah, see, these take those special bolts there, although you could just put in regular bolts. And then it's got two on the bottom. So, am I going to replace that? Probably not. Not right now, anyway. I mean, nobody's going to see it, but for a nice job on it. And like I said, I don't have a parts car to cut that piece out. So for now, I think what we're going to do is just put some self-tappers, put that on there, put that bumper on there, and just kind of get it together. Make it, you know, that's the whole point of this, is to make it look halfway decent. Although I'd like to fix stuff along the way. Man, it's not even 8 in the morning, man. That sun is beating down. 100 degrees every day. Okay, so we don't even know if we got all the nuts and bolts for that bumper. It could be in that tub with all the bolts on it, bolts and baggies and stuff, but I'll just show you the hole here. Okay, so you can see here they just put self-tappers in there after they ground the rivets out. See? But look at how deep all this paint and cracks are. This is not, although it's not ripped, well, it's ripped there. But yeah, you would spend hours and hours sanding this down and then coating it with stuff, and they'd probably still come up. It's too far gone. Yeah, this rotted out. So here's that harness for the tail light. See, it comes in, although it's cut, it comes in this hole here and just sets there. And then the tail lights, you would plug them in the tail lights before you mount the tail lights to these holes here. So we'll see if we can round that up, at least put it through there, and we can connect it later. So yeah, we could see if these bolts and washers come off. If we can't find any in that bucket, same with these ones over here to mount it on the side. See, this is all mangled up, but luckily we found the two original ones in one of the buckets, so we can we should have enough to put it all together. So if I can put it all together, I think that's what we'll do. And then of course we'll eventually get to the, see that core support? It's not bad, but it's mangled up at the bottom here. I mean, the rest of it's not bad. But yeah, this is the front stuff we'll have to put together. And anyway, let me get some of that done. I'll be back. Okay guys, I went to that whole parts car and got some nuts and washers and missing bolt. And anyway, I got these 4. There's 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. So I got and they do adjust up and down. So we'll have to adjust them. It looks like the bolts are in the bottom, but I don't know if the nuts are on there. Not gonna worry about the bottom right now. Okay, I ground off all them rivets. I do have new rivets to put that will fit this, but we got to take the bumper back off anyway. So I don't know how many. That's what I got off the parts car. I got 4 more self tappers, but I don't know how good they are. Let's put a self tapper in each end, and then it had a bunch of little guides, holes to put that in. I just put some tape to hold it. And then I noticed there's there to put another rivet in, but I don't know if I got a drill bit that long to drill through there. I don't feel like taking it back off again just to drill a hole. So one there and one right there. Put them in there to hold it. Okay. So I ground out them rivets, top and bottom. These here riveted in there too. So I ground them off as well. So we're just going to stick that on there and put a few self tappers, and then see if we can get those little ends there to screw on. Then we can adjust it maybe a little bit, maybe put in the wiring harness, put the taillights back in, and kind of be done with it. So I noticed while I'm working on it that the rear end was like that. Well, it's barely in there. There's nuts missing at the bottom of the shackles. Everything's stripped from it, brake lines, everything. The brake drums are on, but no shocks. We don't know if them mounts are right. It's got a shock mount up there, and then the back over here. Yeah, I don't even see one over there. I think he's anyway, we got a couple extra of them mounting brackets and everything. We're gonna have to figure out where exactly they go by looking at another car. And yeah, he's got all the brake lines, everything stripped from it. But anyway, let me get the back bumper on there for now. And back bumper, tail lights lined up, and I'll be back. Okay guys, this is how the bumper mounts. I gotta put a screw in the bottom of that, but I just wanted to show you. It's got 2 studs here that go in these 2 holes, and then a screw at the bottom. So you put it in there like that. Actually, that one's bent a little bit, but you put them in those 2 holes. See, like that, and then, or maybe it's, no, that's okay. Like that, and then push this in and tighten her up. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough self tappers. I can hunt around for a couple hours and try to scrounge some up, or just order some new ones. But I got a couple in there. But yeah, it'll line up okay. Just that. See if I can put a self tapper in one of them bottom deals for that. Anyway, let me tighten them up, put the taillights back in, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got that bumper lined up and tightened up. Yeah, I've taken apart a million of these over the years, but the memory's going, so it's good to know how they go together, because we got that black one to do after this. So yeah, that's the back end. That Z28 emblem is like 82 bucks or something crazy. 78 bucks, 82, something like that. Anyway, there's the back end. Looks a whole lot better than it did. Let me sand this, although the sun's right here. Sand this down and prime it. I'm going out later to do some errands, and I'm gonna just go into O'Reilly's or somewhere and get a little can of touch-up gold paint, and we're gonna go ahead and just spray some gold in there, and just to make it look more like patina instead of big primer spot. We got that whole front bumper. It's pretty big. These are the bolts for it. So I've been looking in here for bolts, but this just said front bumper. All this, and that what baggy didn't. I forget what that said, but it looked like self tappers. But rear shock bolts, and then some chrome stuff for the probably the roof rail stuff, which we'll get to here in a little while. But since the sun ain't shining right on here, we got that front sway bar to do, and if I don't have the brackets, I can take them off a parts car. We got some that were in that bucket of swamp water, but we don't know if that's the front or the back. But yeah, what we can do is put that, and it looked like the new bushings for a sway bar. So what we can do is put on the front sway bar here, and then not the rubber, but just the steel bumper assembly thing there. Put that together maybe. But okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I just ordered the floor patches for this. We'll go over it real quick. I had a few comments. Oh, through Classic and Jigs are only 60 bucks a panel. Well, they are for 70 to 74. Apparently 75 to 81's different. Not sure why. 75 or 4, they started with a catalytic converter, so maybe this is different up here. But this is the rear patch here. Okay, so instead of 60, it's 95 and 71. So, and it only comes up, probably that's all I need anyway. I think it only comes, maybe only comes up to here. And then this one only comes up to here. It's missing this whole middle piece, which I don't need for this side, but I do for this side. You see there, and there, and there. This front one's not too bad, other than that, I don't know if that's rust or somebody hooked a chain to it. And this one's kind of bad, the rear. But what y'all were forgetting, not all, but those couple of comments, this is called under the seat panel. In fact, this is all pushed up. I'm going to take a hammer and straighten that a little bit. And it's got the clips to hold that rear seat in. I don't know if the new ones do or not. But that's all rotted there. And then that one's pretty bad. And over here. So, you know, looking and looking and looking. So if you added that up, it'd be 95, 95, 71, and 71, not including these. So what's that? 2, 1, 2. It's about 350 bucks. So I'm looking, and then all of a sudden I seen this whole panel from here all the way over, including the hump, for 116 through a different seller. So I started checking on his site, and he has the whole from here all the way up, maybe not including the toe board. I'm not sure exactly sure where it ends. $144 for each side. So that's what I ordered. I ordered this whole side from the toe board all the way back to here. You know, it probably only comes up to here. Then this side. Then this whole back panel here. So the total with tax was $466. That's pretty much a whole floor, just cut up into 2 pieces, I guess. But other places wanted well over 1,000. That's a going rate's about 1,000 for a full floor. And of course, you know, I don't need the full floor, but so anyway, that's what I ordered. Those are the prices. Yeah, I was only expecting to maybe spend a couple hundred, but we don't know how bad the black Z28 is. And this one, yeah, I'm gonna need all this and all this. I don't know. I'm thinking I could save some of the pieces that I buy for this and use it for another car, but we'll see. Probably not though. But anyway, 466 added on to the tally. Yeah. Okay, I just thought I'd add that. The weather strip, crazy. The roof rail is $88 or $83, and then these, it actually comes with a set of 4. This felt molding here for the door, and then the one that goes on to the door panel, $73 for that. So 73 and 83, that's, you know, over 150 bucks. And for 150 bucks, you can get the whole weather strip kit that includes that, and the door. But see, I already got the door and the trunk, and I already got the trunk. So now I got a couple extra doors and stuff that I don't need, but it's cheaper to buy it as the kit. So anyway, $155 with tax and everything. So that's another 155 added on to the tally. Ordered four more tubes of urethane for the front of this and front windshield for that. Figure 2 of each. I ordered some more window clips. They're only like, I don't know, 15-20 bucks. Might as well get some new ones, and they're the same from 67 to 81. So I still got all the new clips for that front one I could use for this. But anyway, I just ordered them. I think it was 20 bucks. Yeah, that's what I've ordered so far for it. I just thought I'd go over mainly the floor section, because that's fresh on my mind. I just now ordered it. Okay, I'll be out here in a minute. Well, still had about a half an hour or so of sun, but it just hid behind that cloud, so I guess I can come out here and work now. We're going to start with, go over to the parts cars and see how this front sway bar, got it right here, see how that mounts. We need brackets and stuff. We'll take it off a parts car, and then maybe that whole front bumper front there, and we'll go from there. Okay. Oh, and then we bought the I'll show you here in a minute. So I stopped into AutoZone, and you know, the little cans of touch-up spray paint. And I was just going to grab some generic gold. I thought, you know, they're usually $6.99. I'll spend $7 because I'll use that in thinner, trying to mix up some gold paint, then clean the gun before and after and all that stuff. And I thought, just a little spray can, done. $16.99 they want for a little can. So I found a big can of kind of like this color, but it said wheel paint, $12.99, double the size of the can. So I bought that. It ain't gonna match with the shit, but be better than primer and stuff. I just gotta say in this. And so anyway, we'll do that here in a minute. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'd put a little pour 15 here over them, kind of a little rusty spots. Yeah, this is the wheel paint, $12.99. I don't know, it ain't gonna be a perfect match, but it's better than buying a can half the size for $16.99. Okay, I put a little pour 15 in here as well, just on the rusty spots. You know, if I get around to going all the way with this car, I'll be spray painted black later. Okay, this is the wiring harness for the tail lights. it's got one cut wire. I'm not sure what's going on. That might just be a ground. But that plug there goes into this hole here. I know it's kind of dark. And then it comes up and plugs in up here, up in there somewhere to the main harness. So that's that. Here's the, I think that's, yeah, that's the fuel sender. Oh, it's still actually, yeah, that'll go to the top of the fuel tank. So we'll just put that there for now. Next time we take it apart, we'll, although we got no way of testing the lights out or anything. Okay. These, he's got a whole set of whatever it's called, what is it here? Energy suspension. Now the problem is, I started reading it. Well, it's for 6872 Chevelle. So, and it's got everything but the sway bar bushings. It's got, you know, even the little covers for the ball joint things and everything. But see, this is additional parts, sway bar bushings. So, I did find in the swamp bucket, these are the sway bar mounts here. The black 80 Z28 doesn't have a sway bar on it. It was taken off because he put those lowering adjustable coil, whatever the hell it is, coilovers, adjusted them all the way down. Well, the sway bar, yeah, it would be jammed up, wouldn't fit. So yeah, he took it off. Don't know where it is, threw it away. I don't think it's in the car, I didn't see it. The 277's got a sway bar, but they look thinner than this, which makes sense. If this is Z28, it's going to be thicker. Okay, so in that kit, these were for the sway bar ends. They go in here to the, I think I'll have to make one more look, but I think it's to this one here on the outside. Okay, so we're gonna, all I need is the bolts to go up underneath the frame for these. I'll see if I can find them. Okay, then the next step where we're gonna put this bumper on. Well, here's one of the core supports. This, see, this is all loose here because you gotta take this off to get the core support out. Well, I don't know why they couldn't get at the bolt or something. I don't know what they did. Then it's got a big bar across here to the other side, which is missing. I can't find it. I looked once. I'm gonna look one more time through here. But this, I'll take it off here in a little while and show you. This part here mounts to this. See, it mounts in here and then comes out, and it has this big plate here, and that big plate mounts to this. See, out here, that's a hell of a bumper, pretty damn heavy. I had to use my wheelbarrow to carry it all the way up here. But yeah, man, that's the right side. I need the left side. If I can get that, we can mount it. And like I said, these don't look like the bumpers for it, but the little baggie said they were for the front bumper. But I can look again, see if I got any more bolts and stuff. But anyway, we'll try the sway bar. I hate to reuse these, but for now, we'll just put it in there. We'll change the bushings and stuff later, but if we go to restore the whole car. And hopefully these will be the right size. I'll take that out to the other Camaro and see. This, I guess they're supposed to be 6872 Chevelle. That looks way too long, but okay, well, they get the sway bar on, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I put a little primer and paint. It's actually a gold metallic. So anyway, we can now put the chrome and the channel and all that stuff on there. Okay, so got that done. Took out that bumper bracket from the core support. The core support's not bad except for right here. This is part of the wheel well, I think, on bolts there, but just right there. But I think where is the other one? Got the other one over there. It might be better. Okay, got the sway bar in there. They were the right ends and everything, so that fit. Bolted up here and here, so we got that on there. I found this, although I was looking at those 77 parts cars that I got, and they look to be the same. Of course, it has the aluminum bumpers on it. This one has the rubber, but it looks like it's got the same. That's not the same, but these brackets here look the same. I don't know if this is bent or what. This is a little bent here, but I have no bolts to put them on. And of course this one, that would bolt right there. Those two bolts would bolt into there, and some probably like 3/4. Oh, I know what that. We might have them. Anyway, they go there and then through the frame here. So I couldn't find any big bolts like that. This was in the trunk, but these do not look like they came from this car. They look just, except maybe that, but the rest of them don't look like they belong to this car. Yeah, so we can put that together and get the bolts. Then we got to get 2 bolts from, well, there's one there, right there. One's cut off. Then they go into here. So then we can mount that on there anyway. But I can take the bolts out the parts cars. It's just that it's dark right now. I'm not going to go out there with a flashlight and make a bunch of noise and stuff. So tomorrow morning we'll go out there and take all the bolts from a parts car. I thought there were some big bolts with that weird head on there. Found a lot more tools. Just emptying out little buckets of bolts and stuff, and bunch of lug nuts. Yeah, I seen some of them bolts. I think they might have been in here in the swamp bucket. Anyway, yeah, I just have to keep digging through this stuff and finding more and more stuff. But hope y'all are learning how to put one of these Camaros together. Okay, so anyway, I think that's it for tonight. Tomorrow we'll try to get this front bumper on there and maybe do the back sway bar. Although this video may be really long, I don't know yet. I haven't put it together and up to this point to see if how long it is, but it's probably pretty long. We'll have to end it here at some point. But I'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Okay guys, I was editing the video. It's an hour and a half long, so I think we're going to end it there. Hate to leave you hanging on the front bumper stuff, but I'm fixing to go over and take off this whole thing of a parts car and see if it'll all bolt up, because I'm, you know, that right there looks bent to me, but compared to that. Yeah, that one's straight. So anyway, next video we'll get that together and just, you know, more stuff. And then the floors and stuff should be in. We'll figure out how we want to do that. I'll ask if anybody knows what this color is here. You see, we got, you know, here's the trim tag here. 54 is the gold on the outside. And I think this T is a 10. And that 8 means Z28. The 63 is a custom cloth, custom caramel interior. And yeah, I think this T, because you got to figure there's two places to make these, the Norwood, Ohio, and Van Nuys, California, and this L is Los Angeles. So this is a California tag, which is different than a Van Nuys or a Norwood, Ohio tag. So if you look it up, that's supposedly what it means. And this T10 is supposed to be the color of the dash and the steering column. So this looks the same color as this, and that back piece there that I sanded underneath the window. But then we got these pieces here, and now that looks like tan. And these pieces, trim panels, and the two big pieces there, that looks like tan to me, but it's probably a camel. Now this is the darker color, console and dash, and that's supposed to be what that T means, tan for that, and the steering column. So what I googled it and everything, I couldn't find it. I need to know the paint code for this so I can order some of that SEM. I want to get this painted before I put the windshield in. And you got to put the windshield in before you put the fenders on. At least I did on that 76, because the fender was right in the way of that window. And you had to, you know, I didn't take them all the way off, I just moved them over. But anyway, I'd like to get this painted, get the window in, and then we can worry about the rest of the stuff. So if anybody knows the code for this, or the SEM code for that, and I'll buy a couple of cans and get this painted and this painted, and then save a can or two for whatever we need to do. So okay, so we got quite a bit done. Got this back end looking like a car. Those rear bumpers, they used to be dirt cheap back in the day, but apparently the first one that popped up on eBay was 697 bucks, and then the next one was 897. And yeah, I'm not going to be paying nowhere near that. And there was a couple used ones for $75, but $125 to ship it. So basically $200. There's a bunch of used ones for sale. Don't know how good they are. So yeah, we're gonna hold off on that. But anyway, we got the back end done. We got the front sway bar starting to do that. We got the bunch of parts ordered. We went through all these parts, so next video on this should go a lot faster wise, where I don't have to tell you what all these parts and stuff are, and we can just start putting it together. We got all this all repaired so we can put on the chrome and the roof rail moldings, and the weather strip should be in soon. But yeah, since we're going to do the floors at some point, you know, I've been wanting to do the floors on the 67 for a while now. Keep getting sidetracked with all this little stuff. But I'm going to do the floors on this one before I do it on that one. I've already got the floors here for this. They've been here for a month or so. So next video, floors on this, and then we're going to come back to this and start continuing on. So anyway, guys, subscribe if you haven't. Follow along, see how far we get on this, and it's going over budget. The floors just killed me. And then I got to spend the money on a windshield. Just vital stuff like that. Got to put the floors, got to do the windshield. Little other stuff I'm not going to buy right now. You know, there's $82 for a Z28 emblem and bullshit. So yeah, this might go over budget, but we'll see what we can get for it after it's all done. It needs to be no rain lately. This needs to be taken with a big soapy Brillo pad. It's just ground in nasty crap. Anyway, yeah, y'all know what I need to do on it, so we'll get back to it. So yeah, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.